to AussieVerse. I'm your host for today, the custom bound Sharif. This time around, we're doing things a little bit differently. It's just myself for this episode 7, I think. If it's not, I'll make it 7. So, right. I'm really excited for this episode. I've got 3 new custom books to share with you all. First one, we'll go right into it. It's no coincidence that I've got this t-shirt on, or even the sort of omens. It could be only one thing, which is Thundercats. This particular volume collects the early 2000s series, 2003, the 6-issue Reclaiming Thundera, 5-issue The Return, 5-issue Dogs of War, 5-issue Hammerhand's Revenge, 5-issue of Enemy Pride, the one-shot source book, the one-shot or crossover Thundercats and Battle of the Planets, the crossover with Superman and Thundercats, the Heroes and Villains one-shot, and the Villains and Heroes one-shot. So it's a fairly thick book right there. So as you can see, it's really glossy, love it. Red spine, red front, spine right there, and all of the covers of the collected editions right there. And as you know, I have art on the flaps as well, and this time around, what could it be? It's just as simple as, holding Sword of Omen, not that side, this side. I'm really happy with this one. It took a while for to get all of the issues in. Some of them are really out of print, so it's more of a waiting game. But finally got there. Really happy with how things out, and again, books. All the books are done at Books and Boxes out here in Brisbane, Australia. So again, I've used single issue books. This is glued binding, which means that all of the single issues, I've took the staples off, cut right in the middle, made it into all single sheets. I've got blackened pages. That's right, the cover of the book. Let's check it off. As for the image, it's a wraparound of the whole team. Yeah, love it. And what else? The customary ribbon bookmarks. I've got purple this time around. They're the royal family, so purple it is. Yeah, it's fairly thick. Nothing more that I could say. You know what? We'll go with this time around. I'll move the camera and we'll do a top-down view once I go through all of the books, and then I'll show you what the interiors are like. So, Thundercats. Let's check it back on. Just a quick introduction of the books, yeah? So, in the previous episode, I've shared with you my custom for Thor by Jason Aaron, Volume 1 and Volume 2. I've mentioned before that in that collection, I've used the 5 overhead covers, which didn't include some of the event series that I'll collect that are and will be collected in the official volume 1 and volume 2. So what I did was I tracked down trades of those events, put them all together, and came up with a companion volume, and this is it. Thor by Jason Aaron, the companion customnibus. I opted for a fairly clean image for the front. I didn't want to put any of the heroes or even Thor for that matter, but I do have Thor on the spine. There you go. That's how it looks like. And those are the miniseries, the traits of the miniseries that are collected in here. I've got 5 of them. Original Sin, that collects issues 0 to 8 and material from point 1. The miniseries Original Sin, Thor and Loki, the 10th realm. Thor's, what else? The Unworthy Thor and War of the Realms. Now, War of the Realms is going to be collected in volume 2 of the official Omni, but because I've used the sized hardcovers, those are not in there, so it's going to be in here. Yeah, so this time around it's all white. There you go. As for the flaps, I just have Mjolnir on it. For the companion, the selection of the image that I use for the book is fairly tricky because it collects 5 miniseries. So which image works best for this collection? And I've decided to actually go with War of the Realms. Here you've got all of the heroes in battle. Just a second longer. I think the image is fairly recognizable. So again, a top-down view on the interiors will follow after the third book. Alright. And what is the third book? It's another Justice League book. This is I've done the Rebirth collection that comes after New 52, but what does come after Rebirth? And of course, it's the Scott Snyder collection. This collects all 3 of the oversized hardcover volumes by Scott Snyder. That's the image I chose to have on the front. It's fine. This time around, I've got his name right there. Black glossy. It's for the image. Let's see if it focuses. Well, it's one of the spread page images for one of the later story arcs, and like I said, those are the 3 volumes and the blurbs that can be found at the back of the book. And facts. There you go. Large battle awaiting the villains and the heroes. Big bad for this time around. And the image that I chose for this particular one is just the gathering of heroes charging into the battlefield. What about? So I've chosen white and blue headbands for the book, and just a simple white ribbon for the bookmark. Alright, so as far as how the books look, That's it. So we'll go over to the overhead shots of individual books. All right, welcome back. So I'll share with you the internal content of the custom book. Like I said, it collects all of these miniseries. You can pause it if you want, and those are the images of what's collected in there. Like I said, I've used black headbands with purple ribbon bookmark. Yeah, really happy with this one. Really glossy, red really pops. Blackened pages, like I've mentioned earlier. These are, and because I've used single issue Comx, you do have the ads in there. Wow, splash page. Wow. Right, I have read the first series, 3 or 5. So I've read the first 5, or if you include issue 0, the first 6 issues of the whole run. Source book is collected right at the back. Yeah, just a little look, just a quick look on the interiors. That's the return right there. Second series. And I have used red dividers to separate different series. So you've got issue 5 of the return, which is the last issue of that, then red separator, and then we start with Dogs of War. Again, there's a change in artists, new characters. Enemy's Pride, the next series in the collection. Let's see, now this. The crossover with Battle of the Planets. There is another crossover between the two teams, but that's Battle of the Planets / Thundercats, which I will collect in the Battle of the Planets custom Omni. It's gonna be a while because some of the issues for that one is hard to come by. There's a source book right there. It tells you who the characters are. There's a short write-up of each of them. Heroes and villains. And then you've got villains and heroes. What's that Superman crossover? Could be after this. Let's see. There you go. Superman Thundercats. They get transported over to Metropolis, and just like everything else, once you have two teams coming over, they start fighting before they start working together. Right, so for a fairly thick book, you've got a fairly good eye right there. As you have seen, very little gutter loss, especially for spread pages. You don't really have to press down too much. All right, let's head on over to Thor. And here we have the Thor companion by Jason Aaron. Have another quick look of the front. It's fine, and those are the miniseries that are collected in there. Just like all my other custom books, I just record when they were done, July 2023. I sent them in July, got them back in mid or late August, so it took a while. Everyone was busy. Yeah, like I said, so it collects Original Sin, Thor and Loki, Thor's, Unworthy Thor, and War of the Realms. It's pretty thin, 75 trades. Let's check it off. Another quick look at the image used for the book. Black book and pages, and we go straight into the collection. No credits page, because what I did is I kept all of the credits of the individual books intact, so we know what's collected in there. However, I did not use the original book covers, so what I did was scan the image, printed it out. That's why there's nothing at the back, just a printout of the image of the book. So we've got Original Sin right there. So with trades, there are no ads, and the extras that come with it is also included in this collection. Then the second series would be it's got a lot. Thor and Loki 10th Realm, same thing, printed image of the book cover. There you go, Thor's, I think. Yep. Unworthy Thor. So like I said, whatever's extras that are at the back of the book, I just left it there. Is that War of the Realms? I think so. Yep, that's the last series collected in the collection of the Realms, and that's it. As for the build of the book, I opted to use black and yellow headbands, and because it's a small book, the eye isn't really that big, but it lays flat really nice in the front, in the middle, and towards the end. So glue binding isn't that tight, so it leaves for a better reading experience, but you don't have to really press the book. All right, so next book, Justice League by Scott Snyder. that image right there is a little mistake on my part. Got nothing to do with the printer. It's a miscalculation on the dimensions of the image that I needed to use. So that's the front. And the 3 oversized hardcovers that I've used. All right, let's see the build of the book. Let's take it off. Another close-up look of the image selected for the book. It's a good thing I've got Superman 1 million right on the spine. All right. So this one's slightly different. As you all know, each oversized hardcover has extras at the back of individual books. And the thing I've done, again, I've not collected the cover of individual books at the beginning of every volume. What I did was I get all of the credits pages. See, that's book 1, book 2, book 3, and then I jump right in. So everything else from this point on is the content of all of the 3 books. If you are familiar or have it in your collection and you have read it, so you'll know the contents. All right, so what I said about the difference with this one, the extras at the back of each book, I took them apart, collected it together, and I've put it right at the back, just like any ordinary official Omni. So towards the end, there you go, the cover gallery. So that continues into death metal, and then it collects all of the variant covers. What I like about using OHCs is that they're all splash pages and not thumbnails, so we get fairly large art in there just to feast your eyes. Believe it or not, that is a printed page. It's not part of the original book, mainly just because at the back of this image is the other collected editions that are available for you to get, and at the front of this image, it's where it says, it's where that page that says all the variant cover. So what it was, I scanned that and I scanned that, printed back in front, and I've got a modified page, which if I didn't bring it up, I don't think it would be noticeable. And that's the image I use for the top of the spine. And the creative team bios. Right, so as far as the build of the book is concerned, lays down really good in the middle. Pretty good eye, not much of gutter loss. Let's see if we can find any spread pages. there. Barely noticeable. There. There's just a little bit. Because it's glued binding, it lays pretty good at the front. It doesn't close on you. Flattens right out, right in the middle. As you go right towards the end, again, it lays pretty well. Doesn't close on you. Even on the last page. Yeah. So that is my quick overview on the build of the book. Oh, that one's got the dust jacket on. Yeah, so right after this, stay on. I'll do a quick tutorial on how to put on your custom dust jacket. Hopefully I'm able to impart some knowledge on that. And when we close off this episode, I'll just do a quick view on how these books sit on the shelf. All right, welcome back to the tutorial portion of the video. Right, so as you have seen before, the dust jackets have already been put on. This was recorded prior to that. That's why the dust jackets are still flat. Basically, the dust jackets that have a pronounced space for the spine, it's easier to fold because you know exactly where they're folded at. It's the ones that are not clearly delineated, like where you have that line in the image, for example, like that, where you've only got one, and the black continues from the spine right to the back, and you don't have that division right there, so it makes things a little bit trickier. But I'll go ahead and show you the easy one first, which would be for Thor. Just gonna move all the other books out of the way first. Right, so how I typically do it is I'll put the book on the edge like that, have the dust jacket lay over, try to match the edges of the Marvel Omni logo right to the edge like that, and then see where there's a straight line that cuts off Thor's cape, so that goes to the edge of the bottom of the book as well. What you don't want to do is fold it like that and then just press and press it. That's not gonna end well with your dust jacket, because if you do have the official Omnis, they don't have a clear fold line. It's just it's like it's rolled around the edges. So just gonna do a quick one right there. Looks about right. That one looks about right. So what I usually do is just pinch the edges, just like that. Make sure it's relatively flat on the spine. And there you have it. So once that's done, lay the book down flat, and then you gotta roll the flaps over the edge of the front and back part of the board. For this part, flip the board up just a little bit, roll it across, don't press yet. So because you've already pinched that, you roll the paper around the edge, don't press yet. When you feel like it's taut enough that it can't roll into the book anymore, you start pinching, and you've done one side of the book. See how that has rolled forward a little bit? Let's see. The cape has rolled just a little bit forward. You can still do a little bit of damage control. Let's do that again. That looks better. That looks okay. All right, we'll come back to the front and do that maybe again. Same thing for the back. Lift the back cover. Roll the flaps in. Roll it to the edge, not too hard. And then press down. There. At the bottom looks alright. The marble logo looks alright. Let's do the front again. Done. One dust checker done. Two to go. All right, so that's supposed to be the easy one. Let's move on to Justice League. And Thundercats would be quite similar, where you have the spine color and the back color goes around. So this one you might need to be a little bit more careful. Let's see. That one's fine. Press the dust jacket down a little bit. Press the edges. So you kind of lock that edge into place. Top's done. Bottom, you can roughly gauge where the DC logo should be. Somewhere in the middle of the spine. The edges look good. Press down the spine. Press down the edges. Again, it's not folding, it's just pressing. Done. Right, let's do the front. Right, so you can see that I've made a mistake on the measurements, where that edge is supposed to bleed right across. Yeah, no fault of the printer whatsoever. This is totally on me. Again, so hold it over. Done. Lift the back cover, roll it. This one's not too bad. Not too bad. But again, that edge should bleed maybe about 5mm in. So this is just a simple reworking of the image file, and send it off to the printer again. There you go. All done. Hopefully, because this is recorded before the actual sharing of the book, you would have already seen the flap, the image of the flap not gone over. Right, one last time. Wildstorm image right somewhere in the middle. Roll it across so that the red doesn't go around to the spine. Looks all right. Pinch it down. Onto the back. Fold it over. Maybe not so much, because the black kind of comes across to the front. Somewhere there. And that is why you don't hard fold the edges, because you still want the flexibility of having to make adjustments if and when necessary. Roll it around, pinch it. Sits nicely around the corners, around the edges. And there you go. Short tutorial on how to fold your dust jacket. And that is where this book sits. It all matches. Just love it. As far as Thundercats go, it sits right there. And this companion volume sits right there together with the other two Aaron Omnis. Alright, so this is Sharif signing off. Join us in the next episode where I've got 2 custom pendiums in the works.
See ya.
This show is sponsored by the Comx shop. Check out comx.cx for all things Comx and find out what Comx is all about. Then head over to comx.shop to pick up a variety of Australian comics from multiple creators and publishers, all for one flat postage rate. We hope you enjoy the show.